things that the private sector can partner with. And I want my friends, the professor from Jomo Kenyatta University, who was challenging me that we are not assisting the partnership. This is it. Because I was being challenged. You in government. I've always wanted you in government. Thank you. Manuel, please, if you may come.
There's a problem when you're short. I don't know whether everybody sees me because I can be here. Lucy, Elijah, ladies and gentlemen, and representatives from various countries, not only that, but academia, all welcome here. You know, many a times in the early morning at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock, they'll phone me and say, Dr. Chandaria, you're required at Aga Khan Hospital. And I say, why am I required for Aga Khan Hospital? Is there any particular reason? He said, no, we've got a very critical case. And I keep on telling him that I am not a medical doctor. And he would argue for about 5 to 10 minutes. Not one, but all of them. You go to Mata, you go to Nairobi Hospital, all of them keep on arguing. And then many times I wonder, why am I called doctor then? It was Nairobi University which provided me probably the first Brownman maybe, the doctorate, an honorary doctorate in sciences, for my work that I've done in the country. And they kept on calling me doctor. So finally everybody started calling me doctor, and I also think that I'm a doctor. Subsequently, 2 other doctorates followed, one from Kemo and one from other university. So the question is, and I'm glad that he has put it up very clearly, and I asked Lucy first that why am I required here? Because this is agribusiness, I'm not in agribusiness at all. It's agriculture, I'm not in agriculture either. They said, no, we want you to see whether you can give some perk and give them to understand what is necessary. Now to start with is that I sit on University of Nairobi Council. I also sit on USIU, director and a trustee of university. We also already set up what is known as Chandaria School of Business at USIU. So I know how your people, the mind work, the researchers and the professors and whatnot. But at the same time, unless we make what we are doing into something which will stand up. A piece of paper you write, fine, you get wonderful remarks from a few people, it goes to the sales. What we need is really, how can we get practical applications of whatever research we make? A simple research, whatever we can make, is to be applied and put up into practice. And that is what we are missing out completely. There is a whole quarter of university on one side, the whole quarter of manufacturing on the other side, the whole quarter of the private sector in agriculture on one side, and there is no relationships really. And these relationships we must start creating. And if you don't create, it will not work. This morning I was with the Prime Minister, the Vice President of South Africa, and our Vice President, Honorable Sugar, and the Minister of Trade. They come down over here to see what exploitation they can do between us and them. And Honorable Minister Makwere said, A, B, C, D, E, how much difficult it is for Kenya to do business. And one of the examples said, you know, our avocado cannot go over there. Our avocado go all over the world. Now what is that particular reason that it cannot come to South Africa? Is there one reason? You know, Vice President immediately got up after Benny's speech. He said, I love avocado. I'm sure that it should come. I said, well, if it comes, then you should make very sure that this inter-African trade, understanding between in Africans are so little that somebody tells us from top, from either Japan or from Korea or from Berlin or from London, do this, do this, do this. We cannot. We should take destiny in our own hand. And if we cannot, then I'm sure that we'll be lingering in the same way after 10 years, the same position that we're in. We've got brains, and Kenya is known for that. We've got brains, and yet the added value of that brain to practicality, added value to those brains so that we can make more than just 0 multiplied by 0 is always 0. And you can write a paper and 1 multiplied by 1 is still 1. Until you reach to 2. And you start multiplication of 2 by 2, then it's 4. And then 4 by 4 is 16. That's how the countries have come up. We're still at the base. If Ghana is now becoming a middle country, what is the difference between Kenya and Ghana? Very little. And yet, I was the one who set up the 2030. I was one of the members creating Vision 2030. Because we knew that our government, our people, don't want to move the speed that we want. And we should move if we want to become somewhere. Anyway, I'll come back to this later on. Today I was asked to speak on entrepreneurship. Now, what is entrepreneurship? Is it a flair? Is it something you're born with? Is it you can go to school and learn it? Sum total, I always think, is a common sense. I've never been able to define what entrepreneurship is. Does success define entrepreneurship? Does failure define the lack of entrepreneurship? Today, entrepreneurship is being taught as a way to think, as a way to analyze. To me, it is a flair. It's a desire to create. It's an obsession. It's a strong desire to excel. In short, it's a fire in the belly. If you don't have the fire in the belly, you can be anything, anybody. Next morning, you can get up and see your face in the mirror, you'll be the same. But not doing anything to the society, to the country, to the companies that you work for, or to the universities that you're working for. However, there are some basic attributes. First, you require vision. Vision plays the most important part, capacity to articulate, to believe in one's vision. I have a vision. Every company, every university, everything is called vision. There's always that mission, always there. How many of them believe in it? Is it nice words? To see beyond the day-to-day happenings. Because we are all, every day, we have to get up and get up, and it's a rat race. And you are not the only one. Ability to think out of box. Vision into action. Then the vision is okay. Otherwise, you can write on a piece of paper, beautifully printed, and give it to people. It doesn't make any sense. Second is leadership. And I'm glad Elijah talked about leadership. Leadership is the ability to lead. Strong qualities of leadership to be able to carry people. If you cannot carry people, that leadership, you can be just thinking about yourself and go to sleep, you'll get same Mr. Manu Chandra next morning. Ability to catch performers